Blog Talk Radio.
Party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed. It's summer party. Grown and sexy, join the party. Good summer party. Party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed.
Welcome to Friday night at the Pajama Party. I am one of your hosts. Who am I? Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir.
Tonight is January 20th, 2017, which is inaugurational night. And we welcomed in a new president, Donald J. Trump.
I did. What's the J for? Okay.
Anyway, it's a new time. It's a new
era for jerk.
New era.
Just saying.
And, we're going to talk about that extensively as we go along. Everybody doing all right tonight?
I agree. It is. Can't complain. It's a new era.
Okay. All right,
era.
Don't beat them up because you're stuck with them, so chill. So chill.
Yeah, I'm doing fine. Error. I'm doing fine. Error.
Redwine, how are you?
Reboot. Error.
Redwine's just getting back from the protest.
Danger.
Okay.
Danger, Will Robinson.
Okay, yeah.
Ooh, I haven't heard that one in a minute.
You need to wash some of that, what do you call that, tear gas off you. I still smell it on you. I know you was running with the protesters earlier. How that work out?
You know what they say, when in Rome. There was the Romans, right? Yep. Anyway, I'm good. How you doing tonight, Ketel? I can't complain. I was in the mix of it, but I'm here to talk about it. You were ducking the tear gas canisters? Sure was, yeah. Hot mess. Yeah, it was. But we're at the W Hotel tonight. We're on the rooftop suite. It is so lovely. Yes, it is. We can see all the carnage. They keep throwing that word out today. I hear. We can see all the carnage from the rooftop. We're sipping on the cocktail of the week, which is Fight the Power. Yes, indeed. How to fight the power. Clink, clink. All right, now. Where's your glass, Papa?
I'm drinking brown liquor, so keep it moving.
Oh, it's like that. Okay. Okay. All right, what's going on tonight, Cal? All right. We got a lot going on tonight, so sit back, put your seatbelt on, and relax. Hot topics tonight: the Democrats boycott Trump inauguration. Something called Blacksit. Also, protest violence flares at the inauguration. Hidden and quitted headlines is Obama's last news conference. The DOJ sues J.P. Morgan for racial discrimination. Consumer Federal Protection Bureau sues Navient. Wells Fargo closing 400 branches. And Zebra Shark has immaculate conception. Okay. What's popping with Poppa DD? He got some surprises for us tonight. Our weird news, beer yoga. Also, sour Skittle eating goat in Oregon. An art thief steals car to ask presidential pardon. Okay, he's a nut. I'm just saying, with Redwine, can you love across the aisle? Living for the city with Poppa DD. Some more surprises he's going to give us tonight. My Hollywood wrap-up. I'm going to talk about Serena Williams, Jussie Smollett, the Blackest spinoff, and the Beaches remake. Also, cocktail of the week, which we're sipping on, called Fight the Power. Our kisser list, and the last word. Sit back, relax, get your favorite cocktail like we are, and we'll be right back with the hot topics.
Living just enough for the city.
Okay, but why are we doing Stevie Wonder? I thought we were doing Pajama Party.
Well, I was talking about my little one of my segments of Living for the City.
Join the party.
Now you ride me.
That's every Friday night at 9. Pajama Party. No clothes allowed.
Ketel and Redwine stepping on my parade. I had the mic first. And they're coming in just trying to,
It's my turn.
Now she gonna sing some American standard.
What number to call?
Yeah, call us at 914
803
4306
and press 1.
And press 1 to be put into the queue. And say what you have to say. You can read off what we're talking about. Come up with a new subject of your own. We're easy. We're liberal. We're easy. Eastern time. We're here 9 p.m. Friday nights. That's 6 o'clock West Coast. And maybe 7 o'clock in the mountains or in the
7 in the mountains.
Around
8 o'clock Central.
Michigan and New Orleans and all that. We're like an hour back.
Yeah.
But 9 o'clock on the East Coast.
9:15 we say tea time.
Tea time 9:15.
Don't be late when you listen to us. It's 9 o'clock on the dot.
That's right. Every Friday night.
We'll see you there.
Goodbye.
Welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Don't fly, darling.
And like we said, this is the 20th of January, 2017, the inaugurational night. I'm sure by now the Trumps are in full bloom doing their thing. Had a long day, but you got to understand Donald Trump is 70 years old, so I'm sure his ass is tired. And we're down at the W Hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous. Yes, it is. I needed something to make me feel better about today.
I thought we was going to the studio, and they said, go down to the W Hotel. I was like, what?
Oh, we got a suite. I know. We got a suite.
Yeah.
Spell it both ways. Oh, boy. That's what I'm talking about. Bartender got the drinks coming, too. Yeah. I like this bartender. Did you get his name?
Figure out how.
Make sure y'all tip him. His name Raphael. Okay, well, make sure you tip Raphael. Okay.
Yeah, I tell you what y'all can do. When the show's over 11 o'clock, both of y'all can follow him out the door so I can have this room.
Oh, you want to sit us out there with see how you work.
I'll use Raphael as the bait.
Yeah, that'll work for about an hour, and then we'll be
end up
back.
with this room tonight.
Oh, boy. Yeah, let's hit these hot topics. Who's up first tonight? I got the first one here. Okay, what you got for us tonight? Again, Democrats boycott Trump inauguration. Yeah. First we reported maybe about 50, but it's gone up to 67 Democrats. They're going to boycott this inauguration. They just weren't there. The roster of House Democrats planning to boycott President-elect Donald Trump's inauguration grew to 67. Of course, we know John Lewis. He was the front runner. He was one of the first that I'm not going. And I didn't realize that he didn't make it to President Bush's inauguration either in 2001. Yeah. Interesting. So it goes on to say Trump struck on a Tuesday morning as his typical Twitter. Wrong, just lies. What he was saying to John Lewis. He tweeted that he didn't skip Bush's inauguration. How about you didn't know? Duh. He need to fact check his own self. So his absence at the time was also a form of dissent. He did not believe the outcome of that election, including the controversies around the results in Florida. Remember, they were having some problems with the counting of the vote and the shade. What those things? Those chants or something? Yeah, they said it was some funny business going on with that. Right. So Lewis said last week that he would skip Trump's swearing in on Friday. He told NBC that he didn't view Trump as a legitimate president. He said, I think the Russians participated in helping this man get elected, and they helped destroy the candidacy of Hillary Clinton. So Lewis' comments drew angry weekend tweets from Trump. So he's lashing back at Lewis, saying Lewis should focus on his congressional district. I mean, you talking about this man on Martin Luther King's birthday. This man has gone through hell and high waters in the 60s, and, you don't mess with John Lewis. That's just somebody you just don't F with. Yeah. So they had more Democrats joining the bandwagon. They said they're just not going to go. Simple as that. So I was surprised the Clintons made it, but I guess, past presidents, they do go, and she was the wife, so I guess she had to go. So
yeah,
unfortunately. But what do you think about that, Papa? You think, they were right in their decision, or, I guess everybody got their own voice.
Yeah, it's hard today, to come up with something and expect a lot of people to be down with you because everybody got their own voice, like you said. It's really hard. You choose to do something, and next you know, people are saying, "Well, I'm not going to do that." It's hard. Like the lady on Fox who accused the guy of harassment. Nobody believed her. And then as soon as she got paid, now everybody broke away because they felt humiliated, because they went down with this guy, and they should have been on the lady's side from the beginning. Because they got new jobs. That lady got paid so much, she ain't got to work nowhere again. So.
That's true, that. But I heard NBC picked her up. So,
Picked up. Well, Megan Kelly picked up.
Yeah.
But the one who originally sued, she ain't working nowhere.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I don't know where she is. The one that sued Roger Ailes.
She's home spending money. She ain't got to work nowhere.
I heard that. What's your opinion on the Redwine?
I have no opinion on it.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to leave it at that.
Okay.
My parents told me if you can't say something nice, be quiet.
Okay.
So I'm going to remain quiet for as long as I can.
Okay.
Yeah, that may not last throughout the show, but for the moment, I will remain quiet.
You'll be quiet?
Yes.
Okay. But let me just say this one last quote. The Mike Doyle of Pennsylvania and Carol Shea Porter of New Hampshire, they joined the boycott. And it goes on to say, I cannot in good faith and consciousness pretend to celebrate the inauguration of someone who has spoken so horribly about women, minorities, and disabled. So I guess they must be speaking for you, Redwine.
You think so?
Uh-oh, you got more to add? Uh-oh.
No, not yet.
Okay, all right.
I'm trying to behave.
Okay.
The night is young, and I'm trying to behave.
Okay, all right.
Well, I've got a story over here. You remember when over in Europe when they had that whole Brexit? People were breaking away from the European Union and whatnot.
Right.
Well, apparently now people are calling black folks leaving America Blaxit.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they're calling it Blaxit.
Really?
There are some black people who are leaving, who have left the country right before Inauguration Day. And there was an article that we pulled that was detailing this one particular woman's trip, or her exit, Blaxit, before inauguration. And she was just talking about how she was saying that she just didn't want to stay. And she had made up in her mind that if this is the way it's going to be, and if Trump is going to end up being president, then she would rather be overseas somewhere. So I don't think she's giving up her citizenship, but she just relocated. So she just said, this was her quote, if somebody as crazy as this guy gets in, I'm out of here. And that's what she did. So she said she plans to spend a good deal of the next 4 years traveling with New York as her home base. She's heading to Paris, where she plans to be for about 3 months. And let's see, she said she's turning 60, so she figured it's a good time to go and do all of the things that she hadn't been able to do before. And then it goes on to talk about how a lot of black soldiers, when they were overseas in France, how a lot of them stayed there. And a lot of artists, like Josephine Baker, James Baldwin, Langston Hughes, Richard Wright, a lot of them stayed in Paris. And I'm not sure where Tina Turner is, but I know she's overseas somewhere. I don't know if she's in Paris, but she's someplace overseas. So, there are some black folks who go overseas and decide that they'd rather just stay there.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
So they're coining the term Blaxit for the crushing the words for black exit. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I don't know if anybody else or how many people were leaving. It's not like I said, they're not giving up their citizenship. They just decided they're going to travel for the next 4 years.
Not going to be a part of what's going on here.
Yep. And that's all I have to tell you on that one.
Tina Turner lives in Switzerland.
Oh, okay. I knew she was overseas someplace.
Yeah. She said, I'm getting the heck up out of here, I guess. And before she got married, I think she did her citizenship
He
papers
might
and
have.
stuff. Yeah, to live there. Yeah, I said, all right, girl, ain't mad at you.
Okay, do what you do.
So.
Yeah, so be on the lookout for people taking extended vacations.
Yeah. So if you had the opportunity, Papa, would you do the same thing? If you had the means and the funds and stuff to travel for the next 4 years, would you?
I think I would just move like to a Caribbean place. I wouldn't go as far as going overseas. I'd go live on the mountain, the same mountain somewhere, St. Croix.
All right.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Sure does. Gotta hit the spot.
I like this little island called Abaco. It's in the Bahamas.
Really?
It's a little island called Abaco. I was there years ago. Hopefully it's still laid back like it was. Not a lot of tourism. I mean, there's some, but it's not.
Right, people don't know too much about it.
Right. It's not like Grand Bahamas, it's a lot more laid back. I would go someplace like that if I could. Not that you asked me, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, we didn't ask.
I'm just saying. Don't be a hater. But if I could pack up my bags for 4 years and having money, I'd be in Abaco.
I guess I better not tell where I'll be, because everybody be trying to follow me. Everybody already know, my immediate family, they already know.
So where would you be?
See what I'm saying?
I mean, tell us, just between us.
The tip of the iceberg, tip of South America right there on the top, Aruba. The strip of island, yeah. Be hanging out there in the lighthouse.
Oh, there's a lighthouse there. Okay.
Yeah. Be a beach bum.
Okay.
My ultimate dream.
To be a beach bum?
That's it.
Wow.
Hey.
That's what you aspire to be.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to keep it moving. What you got over there, Papa?
Well, I have the inauguration negativity today. I got paperwork in front of me. I really don't need to read it, to be honest with you. A very adverse situation when it came to violence at the inauguration. Not so much at inauguration, but in a certain area of D.C., which was really unnecessary. I looked at the group of people out there doing it, and it wasn't so much shocking, but to see that the behavior of people is international. We've been so prone to watching black folks pillish things when it comes to doing all kinds of loitering and things like that in situations with floods or violence or what have you, carrying TVs and things like that in the street and what have you. But today was different. Today, if you look close, these were literally white folks doing these things. But when I say white folks, I mean it was not people of color. They may have been people of color out there doing it as well, but this was somewhere. Whereas in D.C., in certain areas, I think with the building of D.C., black folks have ventured like behind the scenes there, because buildings are coming up like crazy, and a lot of people of the natives of D.C. are learning that where to go and where not to go. They're learning to stay away from the bike riders and the joggers and everything like that. They know where to not be because of the building and things going on, and what the mayor demands and what the police demand and how they protecting people and what have you. But today I looked at hoodies and bandanas over their nose like they're robbing a stagecoach.
Wow.
And underneath the hood and the bandana on their nose was white faces and white arms and white hands. And these people were acting the fool. They were burning things. They were They messed up a couple limousines, set one on fire, and things like that in the name of protest. But you're protesting, trying to hide who you are, and you're trying to look like Negroes. And to me, that was bullshit, so to speak. Excuse my language, I'm in therapy. Now,
okay.
If you're going to make a statement, then make a statement. But don't hide behind a race of people. Don't hide behind an image of the so-called clothing that you would not wear normally. The average white person would not wear a hoodie or a bandana over their nose. But when it came time for you to cause some destruction, because, see, you're very aware people. You're very aware that the cameras are looking at you. You're very aware that the news companies are out there. So you're going to do everything to disguise yourself first. But just like we can't hide our black skin, you can't hide that white skin. And when I looked at that protest today, everything going up against, the majority going up against some police and causing destruction in downtown D.C. were other than people of color. And I'm just bringing that to the light of things to say that, please, if you're going to carry on and do your thing, take off that hood. Because you just like the Klan. What the hell? Hoodie, hood, what's the difference? Pull the hood off. The Klan put a hood on to cover their identity to cause their destruction. You put a hood on to cause your destruction downtown today to cover up your identity. Okay? You got white skin. Be proud of it. Show it. You want to show your ass? Show your ass and then show your face. But you choose not to do that. You want to look like a so-called, a typical whatever. You want to put the little hoodie on. But no, not today. Not today. If you re-look at that footage downtown today, take a look at who was throwing the rocks. Take a look who was burning things. Take a look and see who was breaking up things. Okay? I just want to put that out there.
All right. Well, let me just add a few notes that earlier I was, quote-unquote, into the so-called mix of what was going on, the violence and things, and it was just seemed like it was just something out of a movie, a Denzel movie or something. It was crazy. So 15th and K, the most recent thing, they burnt a limousine and literally burnt the limousine down. Just threw a match in there and just caught on fire. 13th and K and 13th and New York Avenue, they busted the windows of McDonald's. They're right there on the corner. And across the street, they busted the windows of Wells Fargo. I'm like, why? Thank God that these businesses were closed. Everything was shut down downtown today. Businesses said, look, we're closed Thursday and Friday. We'll be back on Monday. So hopefully not too many
But
people.
the food places were open, right?
Oh, that's who was making the money.
So food, coffee shops.
Yeah. That's who was making money.
Bars. I guess the bars were open.
Hey, look, after this craziness, you had to go get a drink. So I guess they're going to party like $19.99 a night, but it was just like, it just seemed like it was a war zone. They had helicopters flying around and everything. It was crazy. It was just crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah. And when they started, when the police had to throw tear gas and whatnot at people, it shouldn't even have had to come to that.
But
I understand people want to fight the power and protest and all of that.
Right.
But when you start destroying other people's property,
I agree.
That has nothing to do with the protest.
Yeah. Because in McPherson Square, right there in the park, it was very orderly. They were just, talking about the red tape, the bureaucracy of the presidency and everything, and everybody was very orderly,
Well, I do believe that a lot of the agitators came from out of state.
Oh, sure.
I don't think these were people who lived within the D.C. metro area. When I looked at it on the news and I saw all these people running around with cameras, trying to live stream and get pictures and all of that stuff, these did not look like people who lived here at all.
Right.
These were people that were trying to get souvenirs of the craziness.
Right. Plus, you're not going to crap where you live, because the mayor said something earlier. What did the mayor say?
Oh yeah, she said that we welcome all the visitors to our city, but we're not going to let you destroy it.
Right. So.
And how many people did they say were arrested?
Oh, 95.
Yeah.
It's probably risen since then, but 95, yeah. Certainly, yeah. So hopefully it'll be peaceful.
Yeah. And there were some other protests in other cities. I know in Los Angeles there were protests. New York there were some protests, and probably other cities as well. But I didn't hear of any violence anywhere other than in D.C.
Right. Yeah, you guys be peaceful. Just remember what Martin Luther King said. Just be peaceful.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah. Okay, if you guys got any questions or comments what we're talking about, hit us up tonight. 914-803-4306.
And press 1.
Yeah, let's talk about this Trump thing or whatever you want to talk about. Or you can live stream us on apajamaparty.com. You can listen in. So we're going to take a little CC break, and we're going to come back with the Hit It and Quit It headline.
All righty.
All right.
Looking for a new cocktail to serve at your next dinner party? Trying to figure out what pairs well with your main entree? Then you need to visit the Cocktail of the Week archive at apajamaparty.com. We've got a list of all the cocktails we've featured on previous Pajama Party shows with recipes and pictures of the drinks. And believe me, we've had some good ones. And while you're on the website, visit the archives for previous shows. Just click on any date and you can hear the shows again and again. We've got you covered at apajamaparty.com. And tell a friend. They'll thank you.
Welcome back to Pajama Party. One who's Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
Redwine.
Don't smile, darling.
We're at the
at the W Hotel.
Yeah. We got
up on the rooftop suite.
Yeah, it's really
everything
nice.
is lovely.
Yeah, what's that bartender's name again?
Raphael.
You need to refill my drinks.
It's
kind of low here.
Getting low?
Yeah.
All right. How you doing over there, Papa?
I'm cool.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Well, let's jump into this Hit It and Quit It headline.
Come on.
Let me tell you about President Obama's final news conference.
Ooh.
You know, people were sad and all that, but hey, all good things must come to an end.
That's a true thing. That's what they say.
So the final news conference was held on Wednesday of this week. And, the president addressed a lot of different topics. But some of the things that he talked about was trying to preserve the possibility of a two-state solution as far as in the Middle East with the Palestinian-Israeli situation. And he talked about commuting that 35-year prison sentence for Chelsea Manning. You know, a lot of people are not happy about that.
Right, and not the transgender person?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Army private that was convicted of, divulging military secrets and documents and disclosing them to WikiLeaks.
Okay. Here we go.
But the President Obama, decided that Chelsea, who he now goes as Chelsea, had served enough time. So I guess Chelsea will be getting out soon. And he also praised reporters for asking him tough questions, keeping him on his toes about things like the Gulf of Mexico, Ebola, and all those kinds of things. And he talked about the transition of power and all. You know, that's been a hot topic since November, really. And it says that he's leaving on a high note, with 6 in 10 Americans approving of the job and performance that he did.
All right.
Which was moving him above the average final mark for modern presidents, according to an ABC News poll.
Yay.
And it shows also, I guess it was a separate poll, showed that Trump is the least popular incoming president in the last 4 decades.
Oh, boy.
You know, even though people were saying that they felt optimistic, he still had a low approval rate, which, of course, when he heard the results of that poll, he said it was fake. So.
fake news, right?
Yeah, fake news, fake poll.
Yeah.
So President Obama and First Lady, I don't know what you call them now, ex First Lady, previous First Lady. They left for Palm Springs, California to go on vacation right after the swearing in. And then they're going to be relocating to their private residence over in the Calorama neighborhood in Washington for at least the next 2.5 years until their youngest daughter, Sasha, finishes high school.
All right.
So that's all I have on that one.
We need to go by there and say hello.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So what you got over there, Papa?
I have something I knew all the time, but seemed like the truth has finally come to the light. Looks like, let's see here. The Department of Justice is suing J.P. Morgan for racial discrimination. Now, I knew for years that J.P. Morgan, J.P. Morgan is the parent company of Chase Bank. If you see banks out there, you heard of Chase Bank.
Mm-hmm.
People look at Chase Bank like it's a very exclusive establishment, but that bank leaves a lot to be desired. You know, they won't let you do anything unless you have an account there, first of all. Somebody can write you a check of money they owe you, and you could take the check in the bank that somebody else is the recipient of the bank.
But then they're going to charge you for it.
No, they won't even cash it. You have to have an account there to cash it.
Right. Well, that's how most banks are. That's
well, a lot of them are, but these people are stone hard on that. Stone hard.
That's how they make their money.
Yeah, well, it's not about money. It's about discrimination. It's not about money. Money comes with the goodness comes with money. Money has always had to come with a strong arm. A strong arm is, we all not going to live that long. Life is short. So we can't keep pressuring people to get stuff out of them by thinking we got to rag people over the coals in order to get something out of them. This bank thinks, but here's the backdrop of it. Now, let me read this story here. Now, all this stuff they're saying, acting like they're so tough and strong, and you can't cash that check. Now, you're coming to cash a check that somebody gave you. Somebody owed you $500, and they wrote you a check, and they said, well, and here, take it to my bank and cash it. You can't cash it now. My bank doesn't do that. I can write you a check right now. I'm not going to say what my bank is, but it's not Chase. I can write you a check right now and give it to you. You can go to my bank and cash it and get the money.
Right.
But at Chase Bank, you cannot do that. You need to have an account, and that account has to have at least as much money as that check is worth in order for you to cash it. It means they're catering to a certain group of people all the time. But when you cater to a certain group of people, you need to be that kind of person yourself. But you got some bank tellers in there you pay a minimum wage to, and they're coming at you with these hard-ass rules telling you how much money you got in the bank, and that bank teller ain't got that much money in the bank they damn self. How weird is that? Anyway, let's get back to this discrimination suit against Chase. Excuse my voice, I'm under the weather tonight. In New York, the United States Department of Justice, on Wednesday, they sued J.P. Morgan Chase and Company, accused the bank of discrimination against minority borrowers by charging them higher rates and fees on home mortgages loans and loans between 2006 and 2009. Now, here's the very same people that's acting like, you got to come strong with them. But then when people of minority come in there, now when they say minority, there was a very big Spanish influx. And Spanish people in an area of New York will go and, they'll deposit their money, get an account wherever they see fit. And when they go to get a house, they say, okay, well, they don't know no better. The worst thing you could do is rip somebody off that don't know no better. That is so sad on the back end because these people don't know no better. They're just there to make a purchase or to do business. But when you end up ripping, this is why the Department of Justice is so strong on this particular case, because you're getting people that aren't even on the level of what your bank has to offer. They're just recipients of your service. and you're ripping them off like there's some, but you want to rip off the big time other people, your higher constituents, because your higher constituents know better. So the saddest thing you can do is disrespect and Shanghai somebody is not educated of a situation. That's bullshit. That's like manipulating a person that, that don't know no better. And whether it's a bank or you meet somebody on a first date and you give her a date drug or whatever the case may be, manipulate her out of some sex or what have you, what's the difference? And it's so interesting.
Yeah, that's low.
And I just hope that that this case goes full stream. I hope that the Department of Justice sues the hell out of this company, because I never liked Chase Bank from the beginning, because they always perpetrated this high fraud like they were just so high and mighty when who cares, Push come to shove, take your money down to Wells Fargo somewhere,
They got issues.
Notice I didn't say bank. Yeah, well, they do, but,
You're going to get into that.
Yeah, but anyway, I guess that was the wrong choice of words.
Yeah. Well, I'm putting Chase on the Ketel list. Okay.
Yeah. Take it to a credit union. I think that's your best bet.
Yeah, that's probably your best bet. Well, speaking of lawsuits, I got another one. These blood-sucking leeches, Navient. Anybody who has a student loan knows about Navient. Now, they are right now the nation's largest student loan servicer. They used to be part of Sallie Mae. Well, these blood-sucking leeches were just hit with a federal lawsuit alleging that they deceived borrowers to the tune of $4 billion with a B. $4 billion. Deceive people out of $4 billion.
Another case of people that don't know no better getting ripped off.
Exactly. And the thing is, when you call them trying to figure out how you're going to pay back these exorbitant loans, you go to them asking for advice and help, because it's so convoluted with, well, how do you pay it back? Well, what kind of program? Well, should I do this? Should I do that? How does that work? Can you explain it to me? So you're going to them asking for guidance, and they're guiding people in the wrong direction. So that's why they're getting sued by the Consumer Federal Protection Bureau. So anyway, they're being sued, and they were saying that customers who took out student loans were hit with unnecessary interest payments. They were denied options to reduce their debt, and they suffered damage to their credit scores. And that's what the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau filed Wednesday of this week. So they're being sued along with their subsidiaries, which is called Navient Solutions, and the Pioneer Credit Recovery Company. Now, this company, Navient, which I need to put them on the kiss it list, they service more than 12 million borrowers. That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
They got over 12 million borrowers, roughly half of whom are under contract with the U.S. Department of Education. So that's how this thing is all connected together. So between 2010 and 2015, they collected $4 billion in interest alone, pushing people into the forbearance status. So when your student loan, let's say you owe $50,000 and you can't make payments, if they push you into a forbearance status, that means I can't pay it, I'm struggling, I need help, and they say, well, just go with forbearance.
Right.
You go in forbearance, that means it basically says, okay, you don't have to pay for a year, but the interest is still drawing or still accumulating for that year. So for 12 months, you may not have paid on that $50,000, but now the following year, that $50 may have grown up to $62 or whatever, however it accumulates. So now you're further in the hole. So if you couldn't pay $50, you sure as hell can't pay $60 or $62, $65. So now you call them up and say, hey, I still can't make these payments. What can I do?
Right.
And here we go again. Oh, go with the forbearance. You know, just that's quick and easy. You can do it online. Click a box, click, check. Forbearance again. So now the 60 goes up to 75. And before you know it, you're in six-figure debt.
Wow.
Messing with them and going with what they are recommending that people do.
Right.
They need to stop. That's why I said they're blood-sucking leeches.
Right.
And some of the people who they've done this to were people that were disabled, who should have been able to get into other programs for people that were disabled, but they pushed them into forbearance programs. So basically, you know, I think they have a good case against them. So we'll see what happens with this. Wow. But I hope they take them down. Because, I mean, you're talking about 12 million customers who have accounts with them, who are going through all kinds of changes, trying to figure out how you're going to pay this continually growing debt. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And shame on them for that.
These banks get richer and we get poor.
And, you know, and I tell you another thing, and like I said, I'm under the weather, so excuse my voice. Another thing is that we have to look at the layers and layers of the way things are demonstrated on the surface of the business. When you call to, what's it called, NAFTA? Navient, okay. When you call Navient, you're talking to recipients in most cases in a call center. And when I say a call center, meaning the people that they have their intelligence level of the company themselves is so naive that all they're doing is what the managers that hired them are telling them to do. And when you talk to these, we'll call them clerks, okay? Because when you call to make negotiations on your student loan, you're not even speaking to people that can give you tangible advice. You're talking to people that was instructed to give you advice that was bad and ugly and crazy. And you being naive again, you fall for it. You hang up the phone thinking you got something good, and 2 years later you get different receipts and statements on your student loan, and you fall out of your chair. Because the person you talk to is just the 22-year-old Jill who just has a job there making $9 an hour and really don't know jack about the whole establishment. But she was told by the team leader, who was a blood-sucking leech, that told the group on how to handle each phone call, and we'll give you a little bonus if you can manipulate this and manipulate that. It's complete bullshit. Excuse my language, I'm in therapy. All the way around. It's complete BS all the way around. Sure and we never get, this is why when I deal with companies, when I deal with cell phone companies or whatever, in most cases I ask for a manager because I don't want to talk to the initial person that I'm assigned to talk to. Because in most cases, when it comes to my cell phone company, in most cases, I've been a customer longer than the person I'm talking to has been an employee. Let me repeat that again. I've probably been with my cell phone company longer than the person I'm talking to has been an employee. So I know more about that company than you do. I've been with that company for 12 years. You've been working there for 2 years. Really? And the same with the student loans. If you got 2 or 3 children you paying student loans on, and you owe them jokers $200,000-$300,000, you are more vested in there than the damn employee that you're talking to at that company. What's it called?
Navient.
That person you talk to at Navient doesn't have a clue of how deep you are invested in that particular situation. So like I said, starting Monday morning, when we deal with these businesses, just as a public service message, talk to managers from now on. When you get somebody that you can't understand their language, you can't understand their lingo, you got somebody fresh out of India somewhere, no disrespect to India, but if you got to keep repeating what you're saying because somebody I didn't get into this, I can't do that, don't deal with that bullshit. You want to deal with your problem. You got a statement in front of you. Get your problem solved. No, I don't want to talk to you. No disrespect to you. Your accent is too heavy for me to understand. I don't have a half hour to try to teach you the English language. And move on. Let's do that Monday morning. Talk to managers. Stop talking to clerks and receptionists and thinking you're talking to somebody strong. You got a strong bill in front of you. Talk to a strong person to handle your bill.
All right.
Anyway, let me get off my soapbox.
All right. That was a good PSA.
All right.
This has been a public service announcement.
Yeah.
A pajama party.
If you got any comments, anything you want to call, like I said, excuse my voice. I want to give a shout out too, while I can, to a very good friend of mine out of Philadelphia, a gentleman named David. I won't give his last name. I want to wish him a happy birthday. Today's his birthday. I'm not going to say how old he is. I think he's 29 again, probably for the 15th time.
He's old as dirt.
See, that's Redwine saying you're old as dirt.
Happy birthday, David.
my best friend in the world. We grew up next door to each other, and he celebrates his birthday on Inaugurational Day, and I try to call him every year, but I'm glad I'm able to have a radio station to give him a shout-out over the airwaves. So, David from Philadelphia, happy birthday to you, my brother. Love you.
Shout
much love
out
to you.
David. All right,
Cumpleaños, David.
Okay.
Hope you live to see many more.
All right. We're going to take a
Anyway,
break, or we're
we're
going to
take
moving?
a small break, and we'll get back.
We're going to take a break, or we're going to keep moving?
Bonsoir, bonsoir. This is Redwine, or as they say in Paris, Je suis vin rouge. Join me every Friday right here on A Pajama Party, where I'll get on my rant, sit on my little bar stool, and give you my opinion on whatever has been bugging me or whatever's on my mind this week. You don't want to miss it. I know I won't. So be here with me every Friday, Redwine, on the Pajama Party Show. Visit us on www.apajamaparty.com and check us out. We'll see you there.
Welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Je suis vin rouge.
And this is the Pajama Party. This is the adult late night party.
Bonsoir.
Yeah, bonsoir. Yeah, Redwine is dating a French guy. He's all up in her. Okay, if you know what I mean. He got a speaker French. She's wearing a tam. And I think she's growing a small English mustache. Oh, how you doing, Redwine? Anyway,
I have to say this is a lovely hotel we're in. This is the W Hotel.
Nice.
We're on 15th Street, Northwest Washington D.C.
Mm-hmm.
We're in the mix of everything. The inauguration, even though we didn't attend, but we were there. Just checking out everything else that was going on.
Where the protesters? Are they still outside?
I don't know.
I'm not trying to find them.
I'm not either. I just want the bartender to come back.
I know, that's right. Where's Raphael?
I don't know.
We'll find him on the next break.
But I got two more hit it and quit it.
Yeah.
We talking about banks. Wells Fargo is closing 400 banks.
400?
400. Wells Fargo announced plans on Friday to shut down more than 400 bank branches by the end of 2018. That's on top of 84 locations that pulled the plug in 2016. The acceleration of branch closures of Wells Fargo is a reflection of America's preference for online and mobile banking. The rivals, Bank of America and J.P. Morgan Chase, we were talking about them, have been a lot more aggressive in shutting branches in recent years. I wonder why. Wells Fargo said the new branch closures haven't been fueled by the bank's fake account scandal. Remember that scandal we talked about?
I remember that.
Yeah, okay. They'll tell you anything. It goes on to say Wells Fargo has eliminated the unrealistic sales goal that led to the bad behavior, and its account openings have declined dramatically in recent months. I wonder why. Wells Fargo planned to save about $2 billion a year by the end of next year.
That's a lot.
Check this one out. Tim Sloan, who took over after long-term CEO John Stumpf abruptly stepped down last year.
Yeah, I remember that name.
In response
he had no choice.
Shifting consumer behavior. That's what he's saying. That's why he...
after all that fake account crap, he had to get out of there.
Oh, yeah. He probably was the catalyst that kept it going. And he was getting feedback from it. I'm sure he was getting
kickback. And it all begins with, like we said, it all begins with the recipients that offer it to you.
There you go.
These are people that are just making $10, $12 an hour.
Yeah,
exactly. And before you hang up the phone, they'll say, "Oh, excuse me, ma'am.
Right.
I was wondering, could I interest you in something?" They say it every single time. You can call and say, "Hi, did check number 103 clear?" Yeah, 103 did clear. Okay, thanks. Oh, excuse me, why I got you on the line? And they're being instructed to tell these people every time they call.
Would you like to apply for a credit card today?
Can you get?
No, I don't want that.
And these people are making $9 an hour, and they're doing the dirty work.
Of course.
For the millionaires.
Of course.
And now when it comes to, what we're going to pay off with.
But see, the peons, what you're talking about, they don't know that they're doing
They don't know.
They
don't know.
This is how they get paid. The big wigs get paid.
And they keep their name out of the mix.
There you go. On a lighter note, you guys are going to like this story. Female zebra shark named Leonie has decided she can and will have it all. After being separated from her longtime male mate for 3 years, she suddenly became pregnant without his help.
What?
Yeah.
A zebra shark?
3 years?
Yes.
So she was. Wait a
Is this
minute.
a female or
she
a shark?
was separated from the male zebra shark for 3 years.
There you go. And she became pregnant.
Now, we talking about a woman or a shark?
Talking
A shark.
Oh,
It's a female zebra shark named Liani.
No,
Liani. Scientists are astounded by the development.
Oh, really?
First-time female sharks have been observed to reproduce asexually. That's what we were talking about earlier.
Wow.
They're astounded by their development, but they're not aware of that male shark hiding behind that reef with that hard woody.
So,
okay. Yeah,
let me finish
sure.
the story.
Yeah,
so
sure.
Liani lived at the reef. That's
Reef.
funny.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
HQ Aquarium in Queensland, Australia.
Yeah.
With her male partner from 2006 to 2012.
Mm-hmm.
Liani was moved to a different tank while the aquarium cut back on breeding.
Mm-hmm.
One of Liani's female pups, Lolly, was moved to the same tank, and the two ended up laying eggs, even though they were separated from the male shark.
Okay.
Yes.
Wait a minute. She and her child were moved to separate tanks.
Right.
So neither one of them had contact with a male shark. And both of them had babies?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So the biologist with the University of Queensland told CNN that it isn't unusual for sharks to lay eggs without a male present. It's much like a chicken. They lay eggs whether they are fertilized or not. So the first time Liani laid eggs...
like a chicken?
Right. The first time Liani laid eggs, some of them contained embryos but never hatched. The next year, when both Liani and Lolly laid eggs, 3 of Liani's eggs and 2 of Lolly's eggs turned into live hatchlings.
Oh, my God.
All righty.
Sounds freaky to me.
Yeah,
Okay.
Sure.
So she's asexual. So, it is what it is.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. It's
That
some
tank they put him in belonged. There was a shark years ago named Harold. And Harold's been hiding underneath the reef.
Is that what it is?
Okay.
Mm-mm-mm.
Okay.
All right, Papa. What you got for us? We're going to keep it moving. We'll keep moving? Let's keep it moving.
Yeah, we can keep moving. But where are we anyway?
On you, Papa. What you
All I got in front of me is weird news.
Mm-hmm.
Is that where we are?
It's on you.
It's on me?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean what's popping?
Yeah, what's popping with you?
Ah, what's popping with me?
Uh-oh, we can get in some big stuff.
You know, let me say this here, and I watched the inauguration today, and I come to the conclusion today that I'm going to surrender.
Uh-oh, giving up?
I'm giving up.
Giving up, not you, Papa.
I'm going to surrender, and I'm going to give peace a chance.
All right.
You know, we never know what is. You know, this election came about so spontaneously interesting that we couldn't have even scripted this election. And as it came along, you know, with Trump prevailing at the end based on him being a comedian, first of all, he's a great comedian. You know, he knows his lines, he knows his where to come in with his punchlines and things. The one thing Trump did is that Trump catered to middle America. He catered to the very same people that fell in love with Barack Obama. And he kind of realized that they were tired of Barack and wanted to do something different, and he catered to them. And the one thing that Hillary didn't do is Hillary didn't cater to her own white people. You know, Hillary being the flamboyant, well-dressed, well-groomed person, she had a knack for hanging out with Jay-Z and Beyonce and people like that, showing how good she was on the color base and hanging mostly in the northeastern aspect of the world. But the world's not built on the northeast. And if you keep hanging around everything from New York down to D.C., and D.C. to North Carolina, she spent a lot of time in North Carolina and down in Florida. She was mostly East Coast monger. So your middle America, your Middletown America went untouched and unnoticed. And she didn't venture there. And she didn't go into the heartland of the trailer parks and everything else like Donald Trump did. Donald Trump knew Donald Trump's a hillbilly himself, so the hillbilly knew where to go. You know, that's his roots. You know, he's a hillbilly throwback from way back, so he knew where to go back in order to get what he needed. And Hillary is more sophisticated, so she didn't get that deep. And the end result of the election was that so, because some towns were completely Trump, and he blanketed those towns, and they prevailed at the end. And but today, watching the inauguration, I'm going to give Trump a chance. I'm going to give him an opportunity. He's not up to me. Don't get me wrong. But I'm going to give peace a chance, and I'm going to sit back and get behind him and get in his corner and hope the man lives up to what he's trying to do and does what he has to do. You know? I'm not fighting the feeling anymore. I'm not throwing negativities out there anymore. This is the President of the United States. This man holds the key. When I saw Barack and Michelle fly off into the sunset, I come to the realization that they're not there anymore. So we can't hope for something or wonder about something that doesn't exist anymore. And now we have a new regime in the world. He spoke on his inauguration speech about the people. And the people do run the country, not the government. The government oversees the country, but the people run it. Because our tax money is what takes care of this country. So anyway, I like to definitely say that I am truly getting behind Donald Trump, and I wish him the best in his endeavors. And let's see what now he can turn this country around.
All right.
You know? And that's what's popping to me.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, interesting. I don't know if Redwine's for it, but mine is open. I mean, you got to be open. I kind of agree with you on that, Papa. You got to be open. Barack Obama and Michelle Obama, they went off into the sunset, and hey, it's time for a new regime, I guess.
I say resist.
Okay.
But that's just me.
You sure you weren't out there with them protesters?
I'm not saying.
I think I saw you out there.
Don't worry about whether I was out there.
I think you and Pierre was out there.
Women's March is tomorrow.
It sure is.
So hopefully that will be peaceful. And people won't act a fool.
Right.
Like they acted today, but
I agree.
I don't know.
All right.
I say go kicking and screaming.
Okay. Hey.
I'm just a rebel at heart.
If you guys got any questions or comments, hit us up tonight, 914-803-4306.
And press 1.
Or you can check us out on apajamaparty.com. You can live stream us, check us out.
All right.
Yeah. We're going to keep it moving.
I'm down for that.
Okay.
All right. Let's hit that weird news. You know that's what I live for.
Yeah, I know you do.
Yeah. I want to hear this story about this beer yoga.
Beer yoga is just what the world has been waiting for.
Oh, really?
Interesting. Beer bellies and doing yoga. Okay.
Yeah, that's what we need.
It's bottoms up in every sense of yoga is being mixed with beer at a growing number of events around the world. It's called beer yoga. And it's just what it sounds like. A cross between the body-bending stretches of yoga and the palate-pleasing taste of good brew.
So wait, they're drinking beer and doing yoga?
It sounds crazy. Germany's beer yoga appears to have started the trend. Basically, I played around with it in my room with a Radler, half beer, half lemonade or soda. This is the beer yoga co-founder, Jula.
Oh, okay.
He said, I took standard benzes, sequences, which most people have done a bunch of times and tried to figure out everywhere I could work beer into it.
Wow.
So now she's taking the concept global with a series of events in Australia, of course. Oh, boy.
So they literally are combining drinking beer with yoga poses.
Yep. It's an hour-long session of yoga with a twist. So you drink a bottle or two of beer at the same time. The beer drinking is incorporated into the yoga poses in what is sure to be one of the most interesting sessions of yoga. Okay.
That is crazy. So like a downward dog,
where you go down on the floor and your hips are in the air, and somehow you're drinking beer while you're down there.
How in the hell can you do that?
I don't understand.
Interesting.
You know the pose where you bend one knee and put your foot up in the inside of one leg?
Mm-hmm.
I guess you drink beer while you stand there with one arm out and your foot inside the knee and you're drinking beer. That's bizarre.
So it says some classes are taught in breweries and many times the drink is reserved for after the yoga poses are done.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it goes on to say, I find that teaching traditional yoga in non-traditional places brings people to the mat who otherwise wouldn't normally start a yoga practice.
I bet.
So,
you tell people, look, you can drink beer.
Hey.
They say, okay.
Backers say it combines two activities with the same goal. Hey.
Yeah, okay. Stretch while you get your head right. Okay.
Matter of fact, it was somewhere in Frederick, Maryland. So we do these activities because they're both relaxing.
What, yoga and drinking beer?
Mm-hmm. Crimson Kelly of the Flying Dog Brewery in Frederick, Maryland. Said that.
Gosh.
So putting these two activities together really just makes sense. So
no, it doesn't.
So you're doing your yoga in the morning before the brewery even opens, and then you get to hang out and have a beer. Oh,
yeah, okay.
All right.
I don't see that as being a thing that'll continue, but
we'll see. You never know. We'll see. All right. What you got over there, Papa?
This is truly weird news. This is.
Aren't they all?
This is about a goat in an Oregon store eating Skittles.
Oh my God!
How do you make this stuff up? All right. It says the goat had clearly decided it was time for him to taste the rainbow. Who writes this stuff, really? I'm just reading it. I don't write it. Okay, he was recorded last week munching on some sour Skittles inside of the Oregon convenience store. Mm-hmm. Witnesses spotted the hungry goat on Thursday at a 7-Eleven. Wait a minute.
A 7-Eleven.
Wait a minute.
Goat eating Skittles in a 7-Eleven.
Now, 7-Eleven is not that big. You know, you got the refrigerator area, you got the ice area, you got the ATM machine, you got the front counter, and the coffee area.
Dog.
Now, how the hell does a goat get up in there and eating Skittles? Is this a real story? I don't sound like Trump now.
But you know what?
Lies. He's a
but I saw a picture.
Okay.
Because the candy is down where the goat can get it, and I guess somebody opened the door.
Yeah, that's an old term for
the
old folk back in the day. Put it where the goats can get it.
Yeah.
That means make it obvious. But anyway, witnesses spotted this hungry goat on Thursday at a 7-Eleven in Traegett, which is a little town outside of Portland, Oregon. Now, they smoking mad weed up there, so I don't know how this story got out.
Maybe the goat had the munchies,
Now,
too.
this person's name is Caitlin Lang. Was at the store at the time, this young lady shopping, and she looked over and saw this goat eating Skittles, and she decided to record it. And she said at this point, she's thinking, dude. Now, she said dude right out the back.
Dude.
This is a typical West Coast term. Dude, does no one realize that there's a real live goat in this 7-Eleven? Now, how did the goat get in there?
Just like anybody see the goat
First of all, a 7-Eleven is not a supermarket. And a 7-Eleven is usually off a major thoroughfare. So how the hell did the goat get in? Oh, like I said, this is too inquisitive for me.
Maybe goats run loose in Oregon.
Anyway, so the goat was over there munching on the Skittles in particular and making little noises with his head because they were very sour. And where did we get this story at? I apologize to our listeners for really wasting y'all time with that story.
That's why it's the weird news.
Who was the intern that pulled that story?
I don't know. Well, they gave me this one too.
Tell her to get a life, okay?
About there's an art thief that drove a stolen car to seek pardon from the wrong attorney general. So he was messed up from the get-go. Now, this guy happens to enjoy watching PBS shows on public broadcasting. He was a convicted art thief who drove from Miami to suburban Washington, actually up in Virginia, I believe it was, to try to ask for a presidential pardon when he was found to be driving a stolen car. Now, how, if you already stole art, served your time,
and you want to come to D.C. trying to get a presidential pardon, why would you steal a car to come to D.C. to try to get a presidential pardon? So anyway, and it was a brother. That's what really disappointed me.
Oh,
it was a brother.
Why?
Marcus Patman, 45 of Miami, was arrested Sunday right outside of Starbucks in Arlington, Virginia.
Wow.
Because the police looked at the license plate and I think something made them think, let me check this plate. And they found out that the car was stolen. He came out of Starbucks, clink, clink, they got him. And when they asked him, he said he wanted to meet with Eric Holder because he was trying to get pardoned by the Obama administration before the Trump administration came in. But what he didn't realize is that Eric Holder is no longer the Attorney General. It's Loretta Lynch. So you were trying to see the wrong person in a stolen vehicle trying to get a presidential pardon to clean your record so that you'd be able to get a job. His brother was all twisted around from the get-go.
He was delusional.
Yeah. So it goes on to talk about, he, he had pleaded guilty in 2009 of attempted wire fraud, and he had stolen some expensive art from different places and whatnot. He served less than 2 years in prison, got out in 2012, and his records mostly are sealed even till today. But he got the idea about stealing art from watching Antique Roadshow on public broadcasting.
Really?
So that's what made him decide, art is worth money. I'm going to go steal some art. So he started doing that, served his time, but he still wanted to get his record, I guess, expunged. So he stole a car and drove from Florida to try to get a presidential pardon. Now he's in trouble, getting locked up again, I guess.
You go figure. What can you say? What's his name again?
His name is Marcus Patman. Patman. Poor Marcus.
He's on the kissing list.
Marcus. That wasn't very bright, Marcus.
Yeah, that was crazy. Well, if you guys got any questions or comments what we're talking about, hit us up tonight. 914-803-4306.
And press 1.
Press 1 to get in the queue so we can hear what you guys are talking about. Donald Trump or whatever. All right.
If you feel like you got Trump today, give us a call.
See what I'm saying?
We're going to take a quick break, and we're coming back with me. I'm just saying.
Get ready, there's a train coming. You don't need no baggage, you just
Yeah, welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm one of the hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
And
who was singing that song? That was
Alicia Keys and Life Jennings.
Life Jennings, okay. That song was originated by Curtis Mayfield. Curtis Mayfield, God rest his soul, one of the strongest civil rights conscious men in the world. He was the maker of Superfly and Freddie's Dead and everything else like that.
Oh, yeah.
A main man. Very underrated. Moving on.
Sang with the Impressions.
Yes, indeed. Curtis Mayfield.
So many songs.
Lord have mercy, moving on up. Anyway, we're going to go with Redwine here, who's deep into the French man, or he's deep into her.
Whatever. Why you got to put my business? Anyway, I just have a quick one tonight. I won't be before you too long. But tonight, I'm just saying, can you love across the aisle? You know how the politicians are always talking about we got to reach across the aisle. You know, you got to work with the other party, whatever group you're with, you got to work with the other group to make things happen. So my question is, can you love across the aisle? So what do you do when you're in love with somebody who has a different political view than yours? Can you love across the aisle? How easy or how difficult is it? People think it's not a big deal. But when you have a very strong view about a candidate and the person you love has very different views, what happens to your love then? I'm just asking. There are couples out there right now who broke up since the November election because one person couldn't get over the other person voting for the candidate that they didn't like or approve of, and they just couldn't get behind. It might seem trivial, but it's not unlike people who have a different faith. You know, if one person is faith A and the other person is faith B, you might be able to work that out as far as your relationship. But once a child comes into play, yeah, you got problems. Because one person says, I want to raise a child with my faith. The other person says, well, I want to raise him with my faith. If you're in two different faiths, you can't just kind of split it down the middle. You got to make a concession somewhere. And that's the way it works with politics. That's probably why people say that things you don't want to discuss at a gathering is religion and politics, because people fall out over that. So I'm just asking, can you love across the aisle? You know, I know a lot of people think they can be all progressive and they can handle it and work it out and all that kind of stuff. But I'm trying to tell you, when the pedal meets the metal, that's when you find out what people are really made of. If you vote, let's say one person votes Democratic, the other one goes Republican, how's that going to work in your relationship? It may be all good for now, but let some big major issue come up, and then that's when all the fallout happens. You got to be able to love across the aisle. You can't be that, I guess I would say, married to your political party that you're willing to fall out with somebody that you really are in love with. It's not that serious. You know, sometimes you just have to say, all right, let's agree to disagree, and let's let that go. You know, don't fall out with the person who you really say you love because y'all both can't agree to vote on the same candidate. I'm just saying, you know, how long do you think that's going to last? So anyway, I'm just saying to people tonight, you know, you got to learn how to love across the aisle. And it's the same in a relationship. You love across the aisle. If you can't do that, your relationship is doomed to fail. Even if you feel strongly about participating in the political process and your partner couldn't care less. Maybe they say, no, I don't vote because I don't like either person. Okay, that's their right. That's their choice. If you don't agree with it, okay. But can you get beyond that? If you go stand in line for 3 hours so you can cast your vote while they sit at home watching reruns of whatever, and then you come home and say, you didn't even go vote. You can't let that break you up unless it's that serious to you. I'm just saying, you got to love across the aisle. So I guess all in all, I'm just saying it might be a good thing to find out what your boyfriend or your girlfriend is about politically before you get too deep involved. Otherwise, you might fall out around election time, you know, and by then you've invested a lot of time and energy and effort only to find out that this person is a complete jerk-off in your eyes because you're seeing them now differently because of the way they vote or not. So I'm just saying, while you're finding out about what kind of work they do and who their parents are and where you went to school, you might want to find out about their politics because otherwise you could be in for a very rude awakening. So I'm just saying, you might want to find out where do you stand politically, because otherwise you're going to have to learn how to love across the aisle. This is Redwine, I'm just saying. Got to love across the aisle, folks. All right,
Interesting. I like that.
Just saying.
Something to
if
think
you
about.
Want to get along.
It's almost like when you first start dating. Look, who you like? Who you voting for?
Exactly. It's like, well, are you this party? Are you that party? Are you any party?
Right.
Are you no party? I mean, what's up with you?
Make a decision early.
That's very interesting you said that, because that really has a silver lining on it, because I think that sometimes people get to know each other. The questioning that people ask each other, or interrogating, whatever you want to call it, I think a lot of things are left out, not just political beliefs or religious beliefs. I think a lot of things are left out. You know, people talk about the basic things, and then you got people who want to lead a relationship and only answer what they want to answer, and don't let the other person have the opportunity to answer questions about what they want to know about. And they'll be like, why you ask me that? I just met you. Why you ask me something like that? You know, well, B.I.H., okay? Well, B.I.H., I need to know about this, because if I'm going to get to know you, well, you just met me, and, you know, when people throw that you just met me move on you.
Right.
How long does it take to get to know each other today? We live in a very microwave society. We live in a very, what do you call that, self-gratification.
Yeah, instant gratification.
Instant gratification, as well as, you know, it don't take long to do nothing nowadays, you know, and if you are trying to date someone or trying to get to know somebody, and because depending on your psychic in life, your questioning may be completely different than this person's questioning. And it also depends on who's going to let who take lead in a relationship. And when you say take lead, sometimes people look at it as some type of leadership, but it's got to do with lead when it comes to who has got the most intellectual cleverness to guide us both to the promised land. It ain't got a goddamn thing to do with, well, the man's dominating or the female's dominating. Well, if the female can book a reservation and you can't, then let her take the damn lead, you know? Whoever can do stuff and get through stuff smoothly is one should be leading that particular situation. But when it comes to the questions initially when you get to know somebody, both people should be open-minded enough to let each other ask each other questions they want to ask. If you're interested in family and this and that and children, you're asking all these questions about this, and the person you're trying to get to know say, well, I got a couple questions for you. Are you hairy or shaved? Okay? Now, if that person says to you, are you hairy or shaved, and you say, oh, my God, you just met me.
I can't believe you asked me.
I don't believe you asked me somebody, and you just met me. Well, maybe I'd like to know whether or not you're hairy or fucking shaved. Answer the question so we can move on. But if you let that question lay dormant, then you will never know. You'll never know. And when it comes to sexual orientation of a relationship, sometimes you got to throw some sexual orientation into it, because you are adult after all. Okay? So every now and then when you're asking questions, throw some adult questions in there, so you know what the hell you're dealing with, so you know what you got. Whether you're going to get some good loving or you're going to end up with a needle, whatever, you know. You got to say, I'm in therapy. What I'm saying is that when you meet somebody, every question has its purpose, whether it's religion, politics, coochie, penile, whatever. These things serve their purpose and have their place. Don't think they don't, because don't be surprised when you go to get it for the first time, you be like, well, damn. Well, you had the opportunity to talk about that. Anyway, let me get off my soapbox. I'm in therapy.
Is that going to lead you into your segment? Or
it's going to lead me into my segment. Anyway, I'm under the weather tonight. Living for the city tonight. I just want to recap a few things that's gone on through the year of 2016 when it came to this whole election situation. Now, I think that with Donald Trump being a boss of things already, he was already situated in order to slay the other candidates like a dragon. With Donald Trump being from the Northeast, being from the Jersey, New York area, he was able to have the attitude he needed to slay those other candidates like a dragon. You know, the Northeast, even though I may be from that particular area, but I'm not being prejudiced with my opinion, but the Northeast is strong. It's a strong area. When you up there in the North Jersey, New York area like that, and you raise up in the Bronx and in Harlem and all that, you got some. You've seen a lot. You've seen some strong things in your life, and the versatility of people you've seen, and the whole strongness of the. And Trump has been around with a lot of people. He's hobnobbed with all kinds of people, whether it been the mafia, the Russians, the Clintons, whoever. He's been around a long time. So I think that Trump brought a boatload of experience when it comes to different situations. Trump has built hotels in Atlantic City. He's at one time he was flying high. After a while, things happen, things get crazy, you know, and things change. Just like now, it doesn't, you know, sometimes a casino doesn't stand a snowball chance. For example, because one comes across the other. Because right now you got the MGM Grand at down at the National Harbor, and I'm sure I haven't seen it yet, but it's completely fabulous. I'm sure it's completely fabulous, and it probably will knock some of the edge off of Live Casino over in Arundel Mills, and what other surrounding casino we have? Horseshoe in Baltimore.
Right.
So you know, casinos are always taking out other casinos. This is what they do, and but I just want to say in closing, I'm gonna keep it short tonight. We have to give Trump a chance because he is the leader of the free world now. He will realize, like Barack Obama said, that after a while, this stuff is going to become very independent. It has nothing to do with all the stuff you talked about in the campaign. That stuff's going to be out the window come Monday morning. And he even said himself, he's going to take the weekend off. Like, he's going to do that, please. You're the president. You're working now. But he said Monday morning when he gets in the Oval Office, and the Oval Office belongs to him, and they give him the nuclear codes, and they give him the keys to everything and access to everything, and you got servants cooking you food anytime you want, whether you want a pork sandwich at 2, a chicken sandwich at 5, or some liver at 7, please, you get it all. It's a powerful job. And once he realizes he's in another environment, and he gets out of that New York frame of mind and bring his ass to D.C., I don't know if you're going to bring Ivanka because, you know, I think she's a New York girl. She'll probably get in the White House and say, it's drafty in here. This place is drafty.
Oh, she's going to switch it up. Trust and believe that.
Yeah. But, and like I said, another thing, too, I want to speak on is Ivanka. What's her name, Ivanka? His wife?
Melania.
Okay, everybody's got these German names. Anyway, Melania today, boy, damn, she was looking good. Oh, my God.
Really popping.
I'm just saying. Like red wine. That blue outfit that she had on the day, Melania, was the color blue she had on the day was absolutely beautiful, and she had matching gloves. Okay, so she was looking completely stylish today, you know, and she made Donald Trump proud because she was looking good. She really was. So anyway, I'm under the weather today, so I'm going to close out on that. Just get behind Trump, y'all. You know, despite your beliefs. Don't listen to Redwine over here. She's radical.
I'll never go.
Redwine is radical. Don't listen to her.
Yeah. Down there protest. I'm sorry, Jeffrey.
Get behind Trump.
I got my sign.
All right.
If you guys got any questions or comments about Poppa DD or Redwine or anything we talking about tonight, hit us up, 914-803-4306.
And press 1.
Press 1 to get in the queue so we can see and click you in. We're going to take a little CC break.
Okay, and we're coming back with you in the Hollywood Wrap-Up with Ketel.
All right now, watch out now.
All right.
Do you have unruly children? Do they misbehave in school and get bad grades? Are timeouts completely ineffective? Are you scared to spank them because they might have you arrested? What they need is a new school where discipline is number one and education is secondary. What they need is
Whoop That Ass Academy.
Here at the
Whoop That Ass Academy,
we don't have discipline problems. Know why? We're privately owned and we do what we want. And when kids get out of hand,
we whoop that ass.
Timeout is for football games. When kids want to show off, we don't give them a timeout. We just whoop that ass. We don't make a kid stand in the corner. That's by house plan. When one of our kids gets out of order, we snatch him out of that classroom and whoop that ass. Here at WTA Academy, we make sure they learn the basics of reading and writing, math, and science. But above all else, they learn discipline. This is what will keep your kids out of jail. Make the world a better place. Sometimes you gotta whoop that ass. And we do. Here at WTA Academy, our motto is, we care enough to whoop that ass. They may not read and write too well, but they'll act like they've got sense because we whoop that ass. So bring your kids on down to Whoop That Ass Academy. We'll get them straight.
Welcome back to the Pajama Party. One who's Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Doesn't fly, darling. Doesn't
Okay.
fly. Oh, Miss Francis. It's time to head to the West Coast for the Hollywood wrap-up.
Well, let's see what's
with
going
Ketel, with the yellow top.
That's right.
It's the yellow top, right?
You got it.
Okay, just want to make sure.
The cranberry and the splash on.
Uh-oh. Watch out, then.
Watch out now.
All right.
They come back in a bartend.
Yeah, Raphael just said he'd be right back.
Okay.
All right, so what's happening in Hollywood today?
Got Serena Williams. Haven't heard from her in a minute. You know she just got engaged to her little French guy.
Oh,
her
yeah.
coach. Yeah.
Those Frenchmen got it going on.
I guess so. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Alex Ohanian? Okay. She says she's focusing on her career right now. But anyway, she was talking about a reporter. The last thing Serena Williams expected after beating Lucy Savariva during the second round of the Australian Open was criticism. But in a post-match press conference, Williams completely shut down a reporter who described her performance as scrappy and full of unforced errors. I think that's a very negative thing to say, she responded. Are you serious? So Williams gave the reporter an opportunity to apologize, which he did, of course. I mean, you messing around with Serena Williams. You can't do
don't
that.
Want that.
You don't want that.
Mm-mm.
So he apologized. She said thank you and everything. She replied back. That was a great performance. I played well. She's a former top 10 player. The last time we played together was the finals of the Grand Slam. So it's not an easy match. She says she's a really good player, the opponent that she played against, but she just beat her. Just simple as that.
Okay.
So you don't want to F with Serena Williams.
No, I wouldn't do that.
The reporters, they don't want to do that.
Anybody with good sense would not do that.
See what I'm saying? Also, Jesse Smollett, besides Empire, he's doing some other things. As we eagerly await new episodes of Empire, Issa Rae and Jesse Smollett are giving us a new show to watch.
Okay.
The duo have teamed up to executive produce a web series scripted drama called Giants. The show, to be released via Ray's production company, depicts the story and struggle of three black millennials who are nearing 30 and have a hard time getting it together. So Giants explores themes of mental health, sexuality, police brutality, and more. It's created, written, directed by, and starring James Bland, who appeared in the Rays web series first. It also stars Vanessa Baden and William Catlett and others. So check that out. It comes on Giants will premiere January 25th at 8 p.m.
Okay.
Should be interesting. Okay, check it out. Jesse Smollett, I always liked him anyway. I think he was one of my favorite characters on the series Empire. I can't wait till that comes on. That's not coming back on till March. They're going to deprive us until March? Yes.
Okay.
That's why he has
So
Scandal
and
How to Get Away with
Murder and Grey's Anatomy come back next Thursday.
Right.
On the 25th.
Right. But Empire, they're going to starve us until March.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, moving on. Blackish. Yara Shahidi, that's the oldest girl that plays on Blackish. They're talking about doing a spinoff. for her.
Really?
Yeah. In case you missed the big news confirmed Thursday night that ABC is looking to add a Blackish spinoff to the comedy lineup. One member of the Johnson family would be getting their own show. While talks are still in the early stages, the daughter Zoe, Yari Shahid, would star in the proposed project that would follow her life as she heads off to college. So kind of like
different world.
Right, different world, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. I mean, they had some other successful spin-offs like Saved by the Bell, Melrose Place,
like
and
that,
so
or
on.
is she a unique character?
To me, she's okay.
I mean, I would have never thought of a spinoff for her, but
right.
If they put a strong supporting cast,
I think so.
Around her,
yeah,
similar to the way they did Different Worlds,
what is unique about her to give her that opportunity?
I think
she's a good actress.
Right. I just think they looking for a spinoff, and that seems like the
Yeah, but
like
they
the
need
angle.
to use somebody that's got maybe she's got a lot of followers.
That's true. Yeah, the social media now.
Today,
yeah, you might be right on that. Yeah.
Following you. Oh, I got 2 million followers. Okay, probably can't borrow $1 off each one of their ads. Anyway.
Yeah, that could be it.
Anyway.
One last story. They are redoing Beaches. So, and Denny Menzel, she's going to be playing one of the characters, and also Nia Long. Don't you like Nia Long, Papa?
My girl.
Uh-oh.
And Tina Menzel is the woman who wrote the music for Frozen.
Right. She sang that. Menzel is taking on the role of Cece, the role Bette Midler made famous in the film version. Nia Long also stars as Hillary, the role of Barbara Hershey.
Okay.
Played. The movie follows the friendship of Cece and Hillary from their first meeting through decades and varying degrees of ups and downs. The classic songs like Wind Beneath My Wings became very popular. They're going to have those songs in there and some new songs. So they said they want to introduce this movie to a new generation. So, I mean, Nia Long.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Is that what they said about the reboot of MacGyver?
Oh,
and
that's another
I can't even think of, what's the other one? Chips.
That's another chapter.
There's another one they would
Chips?
Yeah, they got a reboot of Chips. I think it's a movie. I don't know what they're doing.
Don't give me a headache, please. But I'm looking forward to that one though. So I will be
Lethal Weapon Training Day is coming back.
Yeah, I saw Training Day. Lethal Weapon. Now I was surprised. I do enjoy Lethal Weapon. That is good.
Yeah, I actually like that one.
I have to say.
I was all prepared to rip it a new one, but I like it.
The one who plays his wife, she's a cutie pie.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Another
you
chapter
like
in the
that.
book. But
you like that.
That's my Hollywood wrap up.
All right. Well, that was a good one.
Mhm. Yep.
Oh, what about who was the guy that died from NCIS?
Oh, I'm sorry, my bad. The gentleman died, Miguel Ferreira, NCIS. He was 61. He died of throat cancer.
Oh, okay.
And I'm surprised that it's great he's working, but it was like he was just dwindling each time I saw him.
Wow.
Yeah. But he was a good actor, though.
NCIS was the regular one, not the one with what's the guy's name who played the?
No, this is NCIS with LL Cool J.
Oh, that's NCIS West or something.
Something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right.
That was Ketel, by the way. I'm Poppa DD, and we got Redwine here.
Yeah, I'm here.
And this is the Pajama Party every Friday night. This is a late night adult talk show where we put it together. We talk about everything from soup to nuts. You're welcome to call in. If you already listened to us by phone, just press 1. You'll be put into the queue, and you can speak your mind about different things. Whatever it's an open show. The rules are there's no rules. We're sitting here in pajamas. We're at a W Hotel, and the rule is there's no drawers with pajamas. Whenever you wear pajamas, no drawers are allowed. If you wear drawers with your pajamas, you are so square. You're a square from Delaware, as they say. Anyway, and like I said earlier, I'd like to wish a good friend of mine, David, in Philadelphia, or the outskirts of Philadelphia, happy birthday tonight. I hope you're enjoying with your whoever.
We had another birthday shout out. Who was the other one?
You want to do some birthdays?
Oh, might as well. Y'all done started something.
Let's do some birthdays.
Yeah, we had another one. The other one.
LaFonda.
What is this the age of? Is this the age of Aquarius?
I don't know.
What is this?
No.
Capricorn still?
Don't ask
Aquarius?
me. Don't start me to learn.
I'm an Aries.
But I'm ready to move on to we got to hit the cocktail of the week. Tell you about that.
Cocktail week in front
is that all the birthdays we had?
LaFonda.
Oh, LaFonda. Shout out to LaFonda.
Yeah.
Friend of the show.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you.
Mhm. And the former First Lady and Steve Harvey, they had birthdays the 17th of January.
Okay.
All right. Happy birthday to all.
And the 12th of January, my nephew Stanley. Let's give a shout out to Stanley.
All right.
Oh.
Shout out to Stanley.
Stanley.
All right.
All right.
Cocktail of the week tonight is called Fight the Power.
And it's brought to you by DC Homegrown Entertainment.
Entertainment.
At DCHomegrown.com, our parent company. You can check them out.
Okay.
See what they're up to. Support them.
Fight the Power.
Fight the Power.
Fight the Power's name of this drink here. It's this is a cocktail for all the rebels.
Hey.
Whatever you're fighting against or protesting against, or you want to try this one, it will fuel your rebelliousness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You put your fist in the air and kick in the back of your head.
This is Redwine's work, obviously.
What a good system.
And I'm going to add one more thing to this little piece of paper she gave me about this Fight the Power. And this is the Bell Bondsman number, which is 1-800 Bondsman. Okay?
Don't even try.
Now, the ingredients of this drink called the Fight the Power is 2 ounces of, what is it, Camarena?
Camarena.
Get it right, man.
Camarena tequila. We got a
go.
bottle around. Didn't somebody bring the Camarena bottle in here somewhere?
Tequila.
Yeah.
It's that over there on the bar for Raphael.
Okay. 1/4 ounce of ginger snaps, which is, they got here the brand name, DeKalb.
Yeah.
Snap. You can use any ginger snobs. I'm sorry, ginger snobs.
Yeah, not ginger snaps.
I got cookies on my mind. Okay. All right. Ginger ale and a lime garnish. Like I said, let me say it again. 2 ounces, meaning 2 shots. We don't do 1 shot. You'll never hear us say ever 1 ounce.
Gotta be 2 or more.
We don't ever say, when we talk about a drink, we never say 1 ounce, okay? We are straight alcoholics, okay?
Oh, boy.
We're all adult people that can't smoke pot, so we drink. Anyway, 2 ounces of help me out. Camarena tequila. 1.5 ounces of your choice of ginger snobs. What do you want to get it from? Whatever company you get it from. We have here DeKalb. DeKalb is a brand name. So whatever you want to smoke Marlboros and Newports. That's your choice. All right, ginger snaps, ginger ale, and a lime garnish. Okay. The instructions is you add the tequila and the ginger snaps. Snobs. Okay. Add tequila and ginger snobs in an ice-filled glass. Top it with ginger ale and stir. Add a lime twist.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? And that's called the Fight the Power.
Yes, it is.
And
Fight the power.
The theory of this drink is after 3 of these drinks, you're ready to protest.
You're ready to fight the power for
you're ready
sure.
to hang out.
I need 1 more then.
Mm-hmm. You're ready to take that bottle of Viagra and say, I don't need this crap anymore. Okay.
You said we drink with no marijuana, but they were giving out 2 joints today.
Yeah.
Did y'all hear about
that 420 thing?
Yeah.
They were giving them out downtown somewhere.
The guy had 1,400 joints he was giving out.
The line,
I didn't see him.
The line was so long, I couldn't stay. So.
Yeah, sure.
I didn't see him.
Is that the same line you slept at last night, waiting for it to open?
I'm just saying, I was fighting the power.
Okay. Anyway, we're going to go to the Kiss It list. How about that?
All right.
The Kiss It list is a list that we compile every week of people that showed their ass.
There's a lot of them.
And we have a theme song that goes with these people. So we're going to break it down to everybody that did something crazy, that showed their ass, that embarrassed themselves and others, or disrespected others, or messed up others. You can call us now if you want to. If you want to put somebody on the Kiss list, you can turn in your mother, father, sister, brother. You can give your social security number and their address.
Wow.
We don't care. That's your family.
Yeah, we don't care. Put them on the list.
So if you're on the phone with us now, press 1. You'll get in the queue and give us your sister-in-law. If your sister-in-law treat your brother, if your sister-in-law treat your brother like crap,
father-in-law.
okay.
Next door neighbor.
If your husband is too much on his mama and your mother-in-law is whatever, you know the deal.
Can't cut that umbilical cord.
That's right.
Put him on the list.
All right. Anyway, we're gonna start off with this here, Jerry Rice.
Yeah, Jerry Rice.
For the Popeyes commercial, wearing a helmet.
You seen that?
With the
Jerry
built-in
Rice
chicken
is doing
wing.
it. Let me tell you what it is.
Tell me about this.
Jerry Rice is doing this series of Popeyes commercials with that lady that does the Popeyes. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's one of them where he has on a football helmet with the Popeyes logo, and across the face mask part, there's a chicken wing that goes across the face mask. Why did they do that? And then he's got this giant biscuit.
He didn't learn from the Mary J. Blige?
No, I know.
Okay.
He's got this giant biscuit that's like the size of a mini trampoline.
Are you serious?
And he's up there cooning for Popeyes.
Cooning
for Popeyes.
Yeah, damn
I'm like, Jerry Rice. What are you doing, bro?
All you have to do is start eating some watermelon, huh?
Chicken George, Kunta
I mean, really.
Take us back to
Jerry Rice cooning for Popeyes.
They
I got to put him on the kiss it.
They paying him some big dollars.
It ain't enough money in the world
to act like a damn
that you got on a football helmet with a chicken wing built into the face mask.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, bro.
You might as well put some big ass lips on me. Jerry Rice.
Exactly.
Okay, I understand.
And then go ahead and do the blackface while
wait a
you're
minute. Who's this here? Wait a minute. What is this? Chrisette Michelle?
Chrisette Michelle.
That's my girl. What did she do?
She did for the inauguration this weekend, and I ain't feeling it.
Okay, that's cool.
I put her on the list.
Well, is she getting paid?
I don't know.
Okay, all right. We have a caller.
Oh, you want to skip to the caller first?
Let's go to the caller.
Yeah, they might have
a caller.
All right, well, let's do that. Wait a minute. Let me switch over. Okay. All right, go ahead, caller. You're on the Pajama Party show. Go right ahead.
I would like to say good afternoon. I appreciate the shout out.
Hey. Oh, it's the birthday boy.
Okay. Yes, it is. And I
What's
would
happening?
like to know that Fight the Power drink. I might have to try that one.
Oh, it's good. It's real good.
Raphael hooked it up for us.
Yeah, it's not a lot involved either.
What? I didn't hear you.
It's not a lot involved in that Fight the Power drink. It'll be on the website as well, right?
Yeah.
And you were saying something about the Kitzel list?
Oh, the Kitzel list. I had to put Donald Trump on the Kitzel list.
Oh, okay.
Well, he's on there 9 times already, but we'll make it 10.
Put him on there one more time.
But we got to get behind him a little bit because he is the president. So we have to understand what he's doing.
No, we don't.
Give him the opportunity to do his thing.
No, we don't.
We can still put him on Kitzel list for the night, though.
There's nobody more radical than me. So when I say that, believe me, we should give peace a chance.
I'm not giving him anything.
Well, I can't understand why they're making his daughter like she's his wife, like she's the first lady.
Ooh, exactly.
Did you see anything? Did you see a little bit of the inauguration today?
Yeah, I did.
Did you see that blue outfit that his wife had on?
Oh, she was sharp, but that's what she did for a living.
Sharp.
Exactly. She's a model. You expect her to look good.
She was sharp as a number 2 pencil, fresh out of the automatic pencil sharpener. Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
But they did keep bringing it up that about her speech, about the Michelle Obama speech. They didn't.
Well, they gave that to her, and she was sabotaged. All she's trying to do is just be a good wife, and she was sabotaged. The writers and everybody. There's a lot of writers involved. Yeah. And people say, "What did you do? Why you do that?" Then they go duck and hide. They hide under a rock.
But we're talking
about
Donald Trump's wife. He should have knew. He's a businessman. He should have stopped that before that went on.
Yeah, well, she's not used to all that American
stuff. That's how it
stuff.
works when you got mail order brides.
Yeah, she's a mail order bride. She's straight fresh out of she was a nude swimsuit model too. So how lucky is he?
Yeah, well,
anyway.
That's what I said. They set her up. They set her up all over the place.
Yeah.
I believe that.
Well, we wish you a happy birthday, sir.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no doubt, and we'll catch up definitely.
Okay. All right. Thanks for calling.
All right, sir.
All right, hey, try out that Fight the Power. You'll like it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go online and check it out.
Okay.
Take care, bro.
All right. Peace.
All right, good night.
And fight the power.
Redwine, she's radical, man. She's radical. Watch it.
Hey, fight the power.
She'll stick her leg out and trip you.
Just stay off the balcony here. Okay.
Yeah, stay off the balcony.
Next on the Kiss of this, we got Senator Pat Roberts. He's a Republican from Kansas, for offering a Valiant as a joke to to Ron Wyndham. He's a Democrat from Oregon. At this speech during the confirmation hearings was for Steve Manchin.
Yeah, the guy was giving his little, statement and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then this Republican will come back talking about, I think what you need is a Valium. And people looked around like, what?
Well, that Valium joke has been amongst white folks for years. And
but that crap isn't funny.
It's not funny, but it had its time. People use the joke.
Yeah, but
he
the confirmation hearings is
but
not
you know
the
what,
time.
though? People used to pop Valiums like they were nothing.
But I'm saying the confirmation hearings is not the time.
Time and a place.
That's true.
That was not the time.
He's an old school guy. He's an old school guy.
That's what it is.
He's an old school guy. He just came out with it. And Redwine, you were to talk. Anyway. Okay.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
What you have?
We got what's that company for the Navient for ripping people off.
Blood-sucking leeches.
We got J.P. Morgan Chase. You notice on the banks they don't put J.P. Morgan, they just put Chase. All you see is you'll never see J.P. Morgan. J.P. Morgan is the parent company, just like DC Homegrown is for us. Chase for this just being arrogant and belligerent for years. Wells Fargo because they're not far behind. And let's not leave out Bank of America. Them blood-sucking leeches. Blood-sucking leeches. Damn, get off my vein. You're sucking my blood. Anyway.
They get on your jugular.
Yeah, the jugular, the main joint. 7-Eleven for letting the goat in there. And if you ever seen a, and how do you let a goat inside of a 7-Eleven? I don't understand that. And one thing about a goat too, if you ever seen a male goat is the only animal where the testicles are outside of the body. So if you look at the back of a goat, his balls are swinging from the back of his ass. It's crazy. They're not hidden at all. Anyway, but I just want to get that out there too. This way you'll know the difference between a goat and a deer. If you see it, you'll see the balls and say, oh, that's a goat, not a deer. Anyway.
Okay.
And also, as the caller said, we got Donald Trump on here for being radical during his election time. But let's give Donald Trump a chance.
I won't.
Please. Let's give him a chance.
Put Dump on the list.
He's the president of the free world.
I got all the looters that were in downtown.
Yeah. And
they're acting a fool.
And these looters would look like they were of a Caucasian persuasion. These were not black folks that was tearing up down South D.C. They had on hoods and bandanas over their nose like they were robbing a stagecoach, but these people had white skin.
Also, I want to add the mermaid community out in Seattle. A little area called Emerald City. They have a mermaid community that's been growing where these women put on mermaid tails and they go in the water and they swim around and stuff. And there's more and more of them. And I'm like, y'all need help.
You got an address for this place?
It's in Emerald City in Seattle.
All right.
They need help.
Seattle, Washington?
Seattle, Washington.
Okay. They don't have nothing else.
Y'all on the kiss it list. You're not
sexy,
mermaids. Stop playing like that.
Okay.
Also, there was a film that was called...
I'm going to check out that Mermaid Club. And
you let me know
I'll
what
be
you
on
think.
assignment for that.
Also, there was a film called A Dog's Purpose. And apparently now the film has been shut down because there was some, I guess you could say, abuse going on with the dogs that were used in the film. Somebody caught somebody on film that was trying to force a dog like into the rapids or something in some water, and the dog was like fighting and resisting, didn't want to go in the water, and the person handling the dog was trying to force the dog in the water. So when the producers and all got wind of it and saw the video, they were all like, oh, we're shocked, we're appalled, et cetera, et cetera. Right. Now the whole film has been shut down.
And the dog should turn around and bit it.
Whoever was involved in trying to make a dog do a trick that the dog didn't want to do, you're on the kiss it list.
Okay.
I have Brady, NFL, and Marcus. Yep.
What do you do?
He just
Tom Brady?
Yeah.
Oh, just for being the jerk off that he is?
Yeah.
Okay. And also, I want to give. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And Marcus Patman.
Oh, that nut that stole a car trying to get a presidential pardon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
And I like to say two things, okay? I'm going to make it fast. This week in football, this is the weekend that you want to watch football, okay? Now, we have the NFC and the AFC, all right? In the NFC, in the National Football League, we have the Atlanta Falcons. the Atlanta Falcons are playing the Green Bay Packers. All right? In the AFC, we have the New England Patriots. New England Patriots are playing the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Woo!
Let me say it one more time. In the NFC, we have the Atlanta Falcons.
They gonna whoop.
The Atlanta Falcons are playing the Green Bay Packers. In the AFC, we got New England playing the Pittsburgh Steelers. Whoever wins between the Atlanta Falcons and the Green Bay Packers, and whoever wins between New England and Pittsburgh goes to the Super Bowl. I'm only saying that so if you have a Super Bowl party, at least know who the hell's playing. Okay? 'Cause a lot of people have a Super Bowl party and ain't got a clue about the season.
Are you putting them on the kissing list?
I'm putting you on the kissing list because you know what?
So wait a minute, let me sum it up.
When you say next week, when people say, not really having people to go to Super Bowl. I'm going to Super Bowl. This is the week for you to get your knowledge up so you know who's playing. The winner of each of these games goes to the Super Bowl. If between Atlanta and Green Bay and New England and Pittsburgh.
Okay, so for all the perpetrators and everybody else on the kissing list, we got something just for you.
Okay.
Brace yourself.
Kiss
my entire ass. Kiss my Irish ass. You better kiss my Irish ass. This world kiss my ass. Kiss my ass. You can just kiss my ass. Baby, you can just kiss my ass. Oh. You can kiss my country ass. I said if you got a problem with any of that, you can kiss my natural born redneck to the bone, ever loving country ass. That's right.
All right, we're back. I'm Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Hey.
And we're going to do I'm going to do my prediction for the Super Bowl.
Thank you, Raphael.
That's
oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's Redwine getting her thing wet. Anyway, my prediction for the Super Bowl, I think that Atlanta's going to get by Green Bay, and I think that the AFC is tough. I think that, I think New England's going to get by Pittsburgh. In my opinion, I think that New England Patriots are going to be playing the Atlanta Falcons in the Super Bowl.
It's going to be Green Bay and the Steelers.
Green Bay and the Steelers? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Is that your last word, Papa? You have more?
Yeah, my last word is that, look, please, I'm usually radical. Maybe I got stuck by a Trump needle or something. But please, get behind Trump, okay? Please. Cool out.
Gosh.
Cool out. Let give peace a chance and see the world for what it is.
Yeah.
Stop fighting the power, man. Right now, that man owns the joint. Remember, tonight, Donald Trump is sleeping in the White House, not you.
Isn't that disgusting?
So know that he runs this world. He got the nuclear code. He's in charge of the government. He's in charge of the military. He is the man. So respect him. Get behind him. And I'm not saying that as a fan. I'm saying that as a realist. All right, get behind Trump, y'all. Stop playing.
What you got,
Well, he's not in charge of me. I'm resisting. Every day of my life, I will resist.
Radical.
Fight the power.
Last word?
Yes, these are my last words. I will fight the power. I will resist. He may be the president, but that doesn't mean I have to like it. Anyway, shout out to all the folks having birthdays this week. Thanks for listening. Thanks for hanging out with us. Tell a friend. Share the knowledge, share the wealth. Tell somebody to check us out online at apajamaparty.com. We appreciate it, and we appreciate you. And we'll see you next week. Right? And that's my last word. Over to you, Ketel.
My last word is I want to give a shout-out to my bearded friend at the Hardwick Liquors. Tonight, very special friend. It's called the Bearded Man. That's all you got to think.
Bearded Man?
Yeah.
Really?
Also to our old listeners, new listeners, and future listeners, we appreciate you listening tonight. And shout out to our parent company, DC Homegrown. Check us out on DCHomegrown.com. You can check out apajamaparty.com. You can live stream us We're on Twitter. We're on Instagram. Not yet.
DC Homegrown on Instagram.
Okay, we're on Twitter and Facebook and all those good things. So check us out. Hope to see you back here Friday night, same bat channel, same bat time. And
shout out to the W Hotel for letting us hang out.
I know that's right.
It's lovely. And we're going to enjoy the rest of the night.
And Miguel for the cocktails that we've been having tonight.
Me, Raphael. His name is Raphael.
Oh, Raphael. Oh, okay. Must have had too many drinks.
Redwine just up on him. She know already.
Hey, and one more shout out. I want to give a shout out to my coworkers. You guys know who you are. I can't say where it is, but top secret location.
Okay.
All right. All right. I'm Ketel. I'm out.
And this is Redwine.
And this
Adieu.
is Poppa DD.
All right.
Say good night.
I hope you feel better next week, Papa.
Good night. Yeah, I'm trying to get good, but hopefully we got the word out despite my little stuffiness and my little cold. Whatever.
Oh, they heard you all right.
They heard me?
Oh, yeah.
They heard you.
I'm going to get it out there regardless.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. We're done. See you next Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, on A Pajama Party.
All right.
Peace.
Don't forget, no clothes allowed.
And fight the power.
Initiating shutdown sequence.
Is it all over, Rock?
I guess so. I bid you farewell, arrivederci, sayonara, and all that sort of cheers.
Well, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Well, good night.
Yabiko. Sana.
I regret to announce this is the end. I'm going now.
Good night, and good luck.
Was it as good for you as it was for me?
Now give me a kiss and say good night. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you. Goodbye now. Goodbye. Goodbye. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you for attending our show, and good night.
Party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed. It's summer party. Grown and sexy, join the party. Good summer party. Party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed. It's summer party. Grown and sexy, join the party. Good summer party. Party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed. It's summer party. Grown and sexy, join the party. Good summer party. Party crew.